guys, welcome back to another episode of Game of Thrones. Today we'll be watching season 6 episode 3, Oathbreaker. Well, it's quite different from the one that Brienne had, Oathkeeper. So, you know, this entire Jon Snow business thing, it was frustrating, it was very emotional, it was cruel that they kept us waiting this long, it was confusing that they didn't burn the body, and then he comes back to life. So a lot happened, because I thought that, you know, with Melisandre not really having the Lord of Light's powers or magic, and pretty sure she has magic herself, but you know, she used the Lord of Light to make it more powerful. But in terms of like the entire concept of bringing someone back to life, I think it's the Lord of Light who deems it necessary. So the Lord of Light knew that Jon Snow is needed back and his death was not right, and he was killed at the wrong time. So that's why he is being brought back to life again. But then I was like, oh, okay. I mean, Melisandre almost like sort of close to like gave up in terms of the Lord of Light. So all of a sudden she musters up some power to get the freaking chant that she has to say to bring them back. And she's done it. Kudos to her, but I just don't understand the logic. Like, you know, I'm still trying to understand. Like, I know she said that the visions were all lies and whatnot. So it's not even that the visions that she saw were not happening. It were lies. So, okay. But I'm just thinking, like, if the Lord of Light made it very clear that these visions are lies, why would the Lord of Light want to help Melisandre? Maybe because Jon Snow is needed to be back, and I think the request to bring Jon Snow back to life is something that the Lord of Light is on board with. Many combinations and permutations, which I'm not really ready to get into, but I'm definitely ready to get into this episode. So let's not wait any further, let's get right to it. Oh, we're going back to my Sothrak, bitch! Woo! I miss these horses. Can you both stop breathing so much? I mean, Jon, you keep breathing. So Davos, relax. Holy Mother of God. Oh my God, Jon, you are dead. Ghosty boy. It's become morning all of a sudden. Wasn't it night? Oh God. Oh God, oh God. Jon, calm down, calm down. Does he need to learn how to walk? Melisandre, look what you have done.
What do you remember? They stabbed me. Ollie. You put a knife in my heart. I shouldn't be here. The lady brought you back.
After they stabbed you, after you died, where did you go? What did you see?
Nothing. There was nothing at all.
Stannis was not the prince who was promised, but someone has to be.
You are.
Could you give us a moment?
Whoa. Wait, whoa, I didn't. What? Prince.
You were dead. And now you're not. That's completely fucking mad, seems to me.
I agree.
I can only imagine how it seems to you.
No need to, Davos.
I did what I thought was right.
You did. It's good. I mean, you lost your
And I got murdered for it. Now I'm back. Why? I don't know. Maybe we'll never know. You go on.
Yeah, Davos, but there'll always be a part of
Fight
him.
for as long as you can. You clean up as much of the shit as you can. I don't know how to do that.
For God, this must be the craziest thing that the Night's Watch has ever seen. It's like he's not an army of the dead, but he is back from the dead without blue eyes. Hello, I'm back. I just went for a short trip. Oh, Tommen.
They think you're some kind of god.
What do you think?
The man who returned from the dead. I'm not a god. I saw your packer. What kind of god would have a peck that's more?
Look at that alliance. Look at that. That is what it means. God. This is what they should be. Not killing each other, but killing what matters the most.
Is that still you in there? I think so. Hold off on burning my body for now.
I think they held off quite a bit, so it's fine.
That's funny. You sure that's still you in there?
Did I ever tell you I used to think the sea was called the sea because it was nothing but water as far as the eye could see?
I don't think so.
Sea. They're spelled different, but they sound the same. I'm excited to see Old Town. The captain says it's the most beautiful city in Westeros. Are you going to vomit again?
No. There won't be a place for you there. Half a little sound.
I stayed at Castle Black. There's no women allowed there.
The Citadel isn't Castle Black. I don't have a Jon Snow or Maester Aemon to help me bend the rules.
Where are you taking?
To my home,
Oh,
Hornhill.
you're joking.
My father, but my mother's a kind woman and my sister's lovely. They'll take care of you both.
Wherever you go, I go too. That's what you said.
I said that because I want you and Little Sam to be safe. That's all I want. To become a maester so I can help Jon when the time comes. So we'll be safe. I care about you and him.
I know that, Sam. He does too.
Oh, look how big you become.
You're the only one who ever has. We trust you.
Really, you've come far.
I'd feel better if you threw something at me and stormed off.
I'd never do that to the father of my son.
Oh my god! Is that a Targaryen sigil? Oh, we're in the past!
It's my father.
Oh my god, I thought so!
The man beside him is Howland Reed, Mira's father.
You are kidding!
Throughout the day.
The sword of the morning.
Father said he was the best swordsman he ever saw.
Ned said. Oh my god, look at that Targaryens!
Your friend, the usurper, would lie beneath the ground if we had been.
Robert, you mean?
The Mad King is dead. Rhaegar lies beneath the ground. Why weren't you there to protect your prince?
Our prince wanted us here.
Where's my sister?
Oh my god!
I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.
Why do you keep saying...
And now it begins.
No. Now it ends.
Whoa! Did he just kill Howland Reed? Oh, Mira's dad is gone, I think. Oh my god. Wow, look at that. I mean, how do you work that out? Oh, Lord have mercy.
He's better than my father.
Far better.
Wow. Big Man Dyke is great.
Your father beat him.
Oh. Any last words?
Father!
No. What?
Maybe he heard the wind.
He heard me.
The past is already written. The ink is dry.
What's in that tower? I want to go back there.
I've told you many times.
Why do I want to return? So I can be a cripple again. So I can talk to an old man in a tree.
You think I wanted to sit here for 1,000 years watching the world from a distance as the roots grew through me?
So why did you?
I was waiting for you.
I don't want to be you.
You won't be an old man in a tree. But before you leave, you must learn
Learn what?
everything.
That's quite a lot of encyclopedia he has to learn now. Whoa! Beep! We're back! Yeah, thanks. What are you doing?
Anna Churi Kim Kali Vishvana. Tishi Shilaki era. Anha Vinisarak, Mayera Dakshuris Vishun. Vindergi vos eso kishan irge khaldrogo drivo.
Manhan Daenerys Fazil. Vais Ani vos Jini Mashafko.
Ishira Kumun Kali Vishvana. Shilo Meme Vasila Vayasheres Yarun Kisi.
Yes, thanks for explaining.
Kali Vishvana. Khalsavo. Yerimesh. Akisha Meshish Kashkashi. Osma Aikisha Kota Inosho. Shiraki Gori. Hajinan Halima. Majinon.
Khalicia Dosh Khalil.
Dek Irgele Shiti Astrivari Halimai. Bosmaria Vos. Yer Yome Vaeshese.
Oh.
Ai Khalisari Khalarun Vejvena. Ma Maurice Asque Halisi Haladru. Hayaran Akisha.
You need to lend me that fan. I'm also hot here, man.
I don't know how you stand it in all that leather. How you climbed all those steps without breaking a sweat.
If you're going to torture me, just call them back and get on with it.
Oh, wow,
I am not a
British.
torturer. Though it so often is what people deserve. My job is to find the right answers. Do you know how I do that? I do it by making people happy. I'd like to make you happy, Vala. That's your name, isn't it? Vala. And you've helped the sons of the Harpy murder the Unsullied and the Second Sons.
The Unsullied and the Second Sons are foreign soldiers, brought here by a foreign queen to destroy our city and our history.
I think it's important that you try to see things from my perspective, just as I will try to see them from yours. Because that is the only way that I can make you and Dom happy.
Who's Dom?
Yes, you're a true liberator, aren't you? You won't torture me, you'll just threaten my son.
Oh,
Children are blameless.
son of
I
one.
have never hurt them. Your boy is in no immediate danger. This, I swear to you. How will poor Dom get on without his mother? And with his breathing problem?
If I tell you anything, they'll kill me. So either you kill me or they do.
Yes. From your perspective, this is a problem. A ship leaving tomorrow for Pentos. I've already booked passage for a woman and her young son. You need to decide now. A new life for you and Dom. Or...
What should we do while we wait? To pass the time. What should we do? What should we talk about? You speak 19 languages. You must occasionally use some of them to talk about things.
What we see on patrol, what we capture on patrol.
That's good. That's very good. But that's a report. I was thinking more of a conversation. Wise men, the true history of the world is a history of great conversations in elegant rooms.
Who said this?
You,
Yes!
you don't play games, either one of you, ever?
Games are for children.
My master Krasnus would sometimes make us play games.
There, that's a start.
Only the girls.
Oh, no. It's a wonderful game. I invented it. Here's how it works. I make a statement about your past. If I'm wrong, I drink. And if I'm right, maybe we can't play without drinking. You took your time.
I was busy learning who funds the Sons of the Harpy. Some things you can't rush.
You found out?
The good masters of Astapor and the wise masters of Yunkai, with help from their friends in Volantis.
We only have to worry about the 3 rich foreign cities paying for it.
We conquered Astapor and Yunkai once. We will do it again and execute the masters.
If the Unsullied march off to reconquer Astapor and Yunkai, who will remain to defend the free people of Marine?
The masters speak only one language. They spoke it to me for many years. I know it better than my mother tongue. If we want them to hear us, we must speak it back to them. May it be the last thing they ever hear.
You may be right. Tell me, can your little birds get a message to the good masters of Astapor, the wise masters of Yunkai, and the benevolent enslavers of Volantis?
Of course, men can be fickle, but birds I always trust.
Oh, children are your birds.
Will Lord Varys ever come back?
I don't think so. You miss him?
He was nice. He called us his little birds. He gave us sweets.
No need to be afraid. This is Sir Gregor. He's friends with all my friends.
God, his armor clinking.
Run along now.
Oh, a number of things. Does he understand what we're saying? I mean, to the extent that he ever understood complete sentences in the first place.
He understands well enough.
High Sparrow has hundreds of faith merchants surrounding him. Sir Gregor can't face them all, and he won't have to. He'll only have to face one. I want little birds in Dawn, in Highgarden, in the north. If someone is planning on making our losses their gains, I want to hear it. If someone is laughing at the Queen who walked naked through the streets covered in shit, I want to hear it.
There we go.
That
Cersei's
is Lord
back.
Varys. We never sanctioned this experiment.
Are you deaf? Can you
I,
not?
for one, think it will be in our best interest to have the beast destroyed.
Can I help?
It's well past time we address the abuses I endured.
Marjorie is the queen. You are not the queen, because you're not married to the king. I do appreciate these things can get a bit confusing in your family.
You have no position on the small council.
I'm the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. The Lord Commander of the Kingsguard does have a position on the small council.
And Maester Pycelle, would you sanction that statement? What about Marcella's death, Uncle? Do you consider the murder of your own blood a troublesome issue?
The same women who murdered Marcella have overthrown House Martell and taken control of Dawn. We've got a lot to discuss. All of us together.
No, we cannot make you leave. And you cannot make us stay. Not unless you're going to have that thing murder us all.
Wow, Gregor Clegane, can you see? You're a thing now. Sweet, sweet.
My mother would like to see her daughter's final resting place.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. That's not possible. Not yet.
When will it be possible?
When she's fully atoned for her sins. She must stand trial before 7 Septons, so we can learn the true extent of her sins.
I want you to let her see Marcella's resting place. I am the king.
You are. The crown and the faith are the twin pillars of the world. Do you know who told me that? Your mother.
My mother who is unclean. My mother who still needs to return after all you've put her through.
Tommen. Good.
How do you think the mother above first came to us?
Seriously, I could not care, but
How
can you
did
get
men
to them?
and women first come to feel the mother's presence? It was through their own mothers. There's a great deal of falsehood in Cersei, you know that. But when she speaks of you, the mother's love outshines it all. Her love for you is more real than anything else in this world, because it doesn't come from this world. When your mother made her walk of atonement, she did it to get back to you.
I still don't understand why you want to put her through any more than she's already endured.
It's not what I want. It's what the gods want. A true leader avails himself of the wisest counsel he can. And no one is wiser than the gods.
God, Tywin Lannister would want to chop your head off.
My grandfather once said something similar. Except for the
The gods work through him whether he knew it or not, as they work through your mother. There's so much good in all of us. The best we can do is to help each other bring it out.
Who are you?
No one.
Who were you before you came here?
Arya Stark. Tell me about Arya Stark's family. Her father was Eddard Stark. Her mother was Catelyn Stark. She had one sister, Sansa, and 4 brothers. Tell me about the Hound. Also dead.
Okay, she's...
Arya Stark left him to die. He was on her list. He was not on her list anymore. She'd taken him off it. Why? Didn't she want him dead any longer? She did, and she did not.
Oh.
Who else was on Arya Stark's funny little list? Cersei Lannister. Gregor Clegane. Walder Frey. It can't be everyone you want to kill. Are you sure you're not forgetting someone? Which name would you like a girl to speak?
Yes! I will kill this many-faced god.
If a girl tells me her name, I will give her eyes back.
Oh, don't drink anything from that shit.
If a girl is truly no one, she has nothing to fear.
Look at her eyes. Oh my god!
Who are you?
No one.
Ah, you're not blind anymore.
Look, Stark, your people share blood with the Starks, don't they? But here we are. Times change.
When my father became Warden of the North, your house refused to pledge their banners.
Your father was a cunt.
My beloved father, the Warden...
Your father was a cunt. And that's why you killed him. I might have done the same to my father if he hadn't have done me the favour of dying on his own.
My father was poisoned by our enemies. Why have you come to Winterfell, Lord Umber?
The bastard Jon Snow led an army of wildlings past the wall. We're farther north than any of you fuckers. Wildlings come down, we always have to fight them first. I like fighting wildlings. Been doing it all my life. The colder it gets, the farther south those goat fuckers will roam. Won't take them long to get here.
You think a horde of wildlings can take Winterfell?
If they get Jon Snow leading them, maybe. He knows his place better than we ever will.
Swear loyalty to me as Warden of the North, and we will fight together to destroy the bastard and all his wildling friends.
I'm not kissing your fucking hand.
Traditionally, a bannerman kneels before his lord.
I'm not doing that either.
Why would I trust a man who won't honor tradition?
Your father honored tradition. Knelt for Robb Stark. Called him King of the North. Was Robb Stark right to trust your father?
Then it appears we're at a bit of an impasse.
Fuck kneeling. And fuck oaths.
Oh my god!
Nice and young. The way Karstark likes them.
Rickon!
Rickon Stark.
How do I know that's Rickon Stark? Welcome home, Lord Stark.
Fuck it. God, God.
If you have any last words, now is the time.
You shouldn't be alive. It's not right.
Neither was killing me.
My mother's still living in White Harbor. Could you write it? Tell her I died fighting the wildlings.
I had a choice, Lord Commander. Betray you or betray the Night's Watch. You brought an army of wildlings into our lands, an army of murderers and raiders. If I had to do it all over, knowing where I'd end up, I pray I'd make the right choice again.
I'm sure you would, Sir Alistair.
I fought. I lost. Now I rest.
Oh my god, he really hates him. Oh my god, Ollie. Weren't there 2 more people who stabbed you?
We should burn the bodies.
You should.
What do you want me to do with this?
Wear it. Burn it. Whatever you want. You have Castle Black. My watch is ended.
Oh my god. Who would have thought that the person that they killed will come back to life only to kill them back? If that isn't a poem or a song or a ballad or whatever you may want to call it, I don't know what is. That's insane. Like, Jon has now, I think he's lost faith in what the Night's Watch stands, because he knows that the oath only means to a certain level, like you don't stab your brothers in the back. He's also broken the oath by bringing the wildlings through, or whatever it may say, and it's only a matter of time where the Night's Watch doesn't stand for what it once did. So for Jon to not, he's right. He was the Lord Commander. He thought what he did was right, and he got murdered for it. Comes back to life and has to make a big decision as to what to do with these people. Who knows what to do in that situation? No one would. And after that, he has to continue being Lord Commander because he has to make more decisions that may not be in the right choice of the Night's Watch. See, this is what I meant, like at the start. Even if you weren't okay with what Jon did, you could have literally stripped off his title and just been done with it. And his watch, as he said, now his watch has ended. Like, that's it. But you choose to murder someone, which means the Night's Watch means nothing anymore. And the reason he did the wildling bit is because, you know, it's for the betterment of not just for everyone beyond the Night's Watch, but for what's maybe to come. And if I have to choose between following an oath that has some words which will mean nothing in what's to come, or to follow the oath and then not be prepared at all when the time comes, I'd rather choose option 1. Be prepared, get all the allies we can, get all the help we can, instead of fighting each other, which always people like the world of men do, which is why there are wars to begin with. And, you know, instead of facing what's at hand head on, what's the problem, and working together as a team. How hard is that? Like, pride over necessity, I guess. And that was insane. Like, indeed, he gave his life for the Night's Watch. Literally. And I love how they say we should burn the bodies immediately. Ed, that didn't strike you with Jon Snow though. You knew what was going to happen apparently. But yeah, anyhow, that was very sad to see Jon, who I believe wanted to be the Lord Commander in a very good way to inspire, who I think really looked looked at Ollie as his own little brother, maybe reminded him of his brother Bran or Rickon. How in the frig? Oh my god, we don't see Rickon and Osha since what, season 2? Because season 3, maybe season 3 or season 2, I can't recall. But we don't see them for a while, only for them to be captured by the Boltons. Not by the Boltons, by the Umbers, who then has been handed over to the Boltons. If the Umbers are with them and the Karstarks are with them, how did Osha and Rickon get captured though? Were they near the Umbers, like the land of the Umbers or something? And Shaggy Dog is just like how Rob's dog was, a direwolf. And this whole entire Arya business, yeah, I think I get the deal around it. But in that list, she didn't mention Ilyn Payne. I remember her mentioning Ilyn Payne. I understand the entirety or the reason behind what she means by no one, and for her to get her eyes back. Her temptation into being Arya Stark clouds what she is there for, which is to be a different identity, to basically be a person that has not existed and to serve the many-faced gods, because that's what these guys do. But in order to be no one, because you have to put on a lot of faces, which means a lot of new identities, you should not be the initial person you were. I get it now. I get it. It's just the blind bit really got me, but I understood when they were talking about the fighting and Arya's like listening in. And see, I think the reason behind her being blind is because if she did have her eyes, she would have been going after her life in the name of, like, you know, while she's under the roof of the many-faced god, which is not something that they follow, and she would not be ready for what matters in that area. Without her eyes, she can be a new identity, new person, and know what it is like to not have eyes. And I guess that sort of overtakes what it is to be a person that no one knows with no eyes. I guess that's what I think. You can interpret it in many different ways, but I think the main crux is for her to learn a lesson that she is no one, which is essentially lesson understood, because now she's gotten her eyes back and she's not giving into a temptation into leading the life of Arya Stark, because she'll be promised to do this, that, but if you say your name, I will give you this. If you say your name, I'll give you that. But that's exactly what she has to avoid. But yeah, and then we now know that the sons of the Harpy are basically from Astapor, Volantis, and Yunkai. I mean, okay, fine. We knew that Yunkai and Astapor were retaken by the Masters, but yeah, I thought there was like some sort of specific leader, but I didn't think it was like 3 of them combined. But okay, I guess it makes sense. And then we see Bran more into the past, when he was when Ned was fighting alongside Holland Reed, Mira's father, against Sir Arthur Van Dyke, who is one of the best swordsmen Ned had ever seen. But the story was that apparently he beat him, when in fact it was the other way around. He was quite strong on Ned, and he was stabbed in the back by Holland Reed, and then killed by Ned. And then in the tower, because they were Targaryens and Rhaegal died, and when Bran said, is that, who's in that, like what's in that tower or something, and then Ned said somewhere, where's Lyanna, or some, I can't remember the dialogue, but he asked where Lyanna was, and it looked like the Targaryens were guarding that place. So yeah, I don't know what's happening in that tower. I'm pretty sure the scream was Lyanna, because like the way it looked, like Ned was running towards it when he heard it, and he was like sort of stressed out. But while he was running, Bran said father, and sort of like he heard, or he thought he heard something, but because the past is already written and the ink is dry, is what the three-eyed raven said. Naturally, we know that, but what made him hear that? Like the three-eyed raven said that it could also be like wind. Wind, really. Wind made him turn and be like, what? It was like as if he heard Bran. He heard him, but he can't see him. Wow. So somehow if you shout loud enough, possibly they can hear, but they won't know that you're there naturally, because the past is already written. But I'm trying to think, what's the point of seeing all this? I know that the three-eyed raven said that before you are ready and whatnot, you need to know everything, like all of the knowledge. So I get that. I'm trying to make a connection to what this has got to do with learning how to defeat the White Walkers. Maybe it's just something that to get him to understand how things work, I guess. Like how it is to be in this sort of past world, and then, you know, to be in a happy place before you can go into more depth. And then, you know, because it might be hard, as he said, if you dwell too long, you will lose yourself. So like, I think it's sort of like a training for him before he can get into the advanced past memories, I guess. But the main thing is, damn, Jon remembers stabbing Ollie, stabbing him in the heart. And the Red Woman said that Stannis was not the prince promised. Someone has to be. I don't know whatever that means, I guess. I think I guess in terms of prince, I don't think she really meant a prince, but more of a leader, I think. Possibly, because Jon is a leader for sure. He did a fantastic job in making the tough decision by choosing the wildlings to protect them, and that is a true testament to him being a quality leader. But a prince, maybe because he has got Ned Stark's blood, but other than that, I don't see him being, with the way they are so adamant that a bastard is a bastard sort of thing. Because Ned can't really change his name now that he's not here, and how Roose Bolton did it. So I don't see how it would work. I guess it's more like ruling is what I'm thinking. Other than that, I don't know what she meant. Someone had, because she didn't say you have to. She didn't really specifically say that. But because she's aiming it at him because he's come back to life, and the Lord of Light sort of saw a purpose in him, so he came back. So I think maybe that's the way I don't know, the dialogue is confusing. See, the more I think about it, the more I just think that it's a little, I don't know, like I'm a little confused in that regard. But yeah, and then the other thing that I really wanted to speak about was Tommen. Like, he's definitely showing a little, not 100%, but maybe like 5% of sort of him being a king, but at the same time that 95% is still him being a baby, and he's like listening to the Septon's words, and he's really not making decisions for himself, because no one is properly there to advise him. And now with this guy advising him, as like immediately when he was speaking that, I immediately thought of Tywin. And I remember how Cersei was saying that once she was praying, and how Tywin really didn't like that and whatnot. So for him to say that, you know, like you have to pray and all the stuff, immediately I think it was like Tywin would have executed you immediately. And he said the same thing right after, but in accepting the gods. That's what I meant by Tywin executing him. Like anything to do with gods, if I recall, Cersei was saying that Tywin was very against it. But I am not sure what exactly Tormund's plan is going to be with the Highs. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a very pivotal role in changing the rules, but see, I understand where this is coming from, but again, with Tywin there, none of this was happening. But now with Tywin gone, like so much mess has happened, like so much shit has happened for all of these people. But I don't know what's gonna happen from here on out. With Jon, with Arya, Sansa, Theon, yeah, Daenerys, no idea. But for that, we need to find out in the next few episodes. So till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Please don't forget to wear a mask. Till then, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you in episode 4. Stay tuned and have a great day. Bye.